story, awesome story. So proud to introduce our first speaker of the night. So her name is Chelley Canales. She's a Denver-based entrepreneur. We have any other Denver-based entrepreneurs in the house tonight?
Yeah!
Let's support each other here, okay? So she is the founder and entrepreneur behind Spiritual Spark. She also calls herself the Spiritual Spark Plug of Lighthouse Haven. She's an energy worker, speaker, writer, and performing artist with a firecracker spirit in a form that can be hardly contained. As a vicarious reader and lover of learning, her curiosity about life is insatiable, and she wants to hear all about what you're learning too. And guys, this goes back together here, right? Let's share stories tonight here. We're going to hear her story, but think about how does this relate to you? I spoke with her earlier. She's got a lot of great information to share, so I look forward to introducing her, Chelley Canales.
Yeah!
Thank you. How are you guys doing tonight?
Awesome. Good.
Living the dream?
That was great.
No, seriously, who's living the dream? Like, who's actually okay, tell me what that means, Connor. What does that mean to live the dream?
Living it on my terms.
Living it on my terms, Jessica.
I love what I do.
Loving what you do. Those are all really good things. Mine's like a little bit more out there than these, but I think you'll get where I'm going with this. So for me, the circle of light is what I call it, because I gotta come up with a name, right? It's when that thing that you love, the thing that feels the best in the world to do, is what you're able to put out into the world. And it also happens to be the thing that best serves the world. So your purpose is in alignment with what you love to do. And so you get that feeling coming back to you in this circle form that's like, yeah, I feel amazing, I'm helping, I'm doing my part, and so it feeds you. It gives you the fuel to show up every day and to keep doing it. So I have these dreams, like I imagine, like what would it be like if everybody was living their dreams? And I think, yeah, that would be amazing. And then that little voice comes into my head, which I think might be coming into your head right now, like, Chelley, that's not sustainable, that's not realistic. And it's true. This world was not created, this society that we live in is not created to sustain everybody's dreams coming true. And the thing about that is, well, maybe there's something wrong with society and maybe we can fix that, but that's another talk on another day. So we think about this dream and how hard it is to protect it, when the world itself, the society that we live in, is designed not to support you in that. So it's up to you to protect that. Yes, from everything out there, but most importantly from what's in here. This can be our greatest challenge. I know that it is for me. So a little bit about me. I'm Chelley Canales. If you ask me, you're go, hey girl, what do you do for a living? I'd say I'm corporate relations manager for a nonprofit. And that is a great job, you guys. A lot of people find their passion and their heart in that, and I knew that it wasn't for me. I had this voice talking to me. My heart was like, girl, you know that you're meant to do something different. You know that you're meant to create an impact in a different way. And so it kept talking to me, and I jumped off the cliff about a year ago. So, if you ask me today, Chelley, what do you do? I'm a spiritual entrepreneur. I'm a TEDx speaker. I'm a coach. I'm a writer. I'm a healer. I'm a singer and a dancer. Sometimes I do a little Beyonce when the mood strikes me, but I did that before. But I'm so much closer now to what I imagine my purpose to be than I ever was before. So when we think about how hard that can be, the challenges, we heard some of them tonight, the things we run into that are scary, the things that we run into that make us doubt our own self-worth, we think about those things and say, yeah, that's hard. But you know what else is hard? Staying put, right? What's the difference? Okay, you stay where you are, you're safe. Get your regular paycheck. You show up every day, drink a couple bottles of wine. Not me, some people do that. And just, have an existence where you're there, but you're not there. I remember feeling like a zombie. I remember feeling like I had a backpack on my back filled with rocks every time I would show up to this life that really wasn't for me. That's hard. It is also hard to jump. It's hard to take a risk. It's hard to say to yourself, I'm gonna go with no resources, really. I'm gonna go with no roadmap in front of me, and I'm just gonna try something. That's also hard. But what's the difference? Where do you end up? So if you stay where you are, you don't actually have the possibility of changing anything. It's just gonna stay the same. I like to envision it like a slingshot, right? So you pull back, pull, pull, pull. That's tension. That's uncomfortable, right? We wonder why we're in this situation and we're pulling, we're like, I just don't get the point of this. And then you let go. And where are you? Where are you? You're suddenly at a place you never thought you could be before. You are miles ahead of staying put. So when you consider, what do I do here? Just remember, where do I want to go? And you can go so many different types of places. So the thing I learned the most over this year is, in order to protect my dream, I had to know that it was going to be hard, that it was going to be challenging, that the dips are inevitable. So if you plan for that, you're going to have a much easier transition through those times. Now understand, when you're expanding and when you're growing, it's like your soul is like trembling inside this vessel that can no longer contain you. And it shatters, and it's a mess. And then you start to pick up the pieces, and you're like, whoa, okay. Suddenly I take up this much space. I couldn't stay in that same thing anymore. So if you know going into it, this is going to happen. There's going to be pain, and there's going to be discomfort. Don't shy away from the pain and discomfort, because then you're not going to be going anywhere. So, when it comes down to it, when I look and I see all of your faces, I just want you to know that you're brave. And I want you to know that there's a purpose. Everybody came to this planet. Each and every one of you has a reason to be here. You have unique talents, and you have unique gifts. And honestly, if you don't give them to the world, I think that's a little selfish, but that's just me. People say it's selfish to just go and do your own thing, right? I'm going to take off and I'm going to just do me. Well, when you do me, you're actually giving that gift of who you are in your fullest expression to others. Because you're giving 100%, or at least close to it, I imagine. You're bringing that part of you that is eternal, that part of you that lights up. I think of it like a wall. You know, you can hit that wall, right? There's no flow. You just try this, you try that, you try this, and it doesn't work. So when you find that little space in between, whoosh, you go flying through. So you choose your heart, is what it comes down to. And I'm so grateful to be here with you. And remember, the way through it is with the community. People who have been through it, people you can ask questions of, people who'd be happy to sit down and have coffee with you and say, yes, I have been there. The second most important thing to remember is your connection. My company is called Lighthouse Haven. This is your lighthouse, and this is your haven. And I will guide you through meditations to where you realize like your safe place, like your home is here. You don't need anyone external to give you that sense of security. And your lighthouse, no one is going to give you a better answer than you give yourself. So we get in there, we just like clear out the junk, take a little squeegee to that window and imagine that light suddenly focused, straight ahead, pouring through. And you can see it. And how do we see it? We take all those things to the side. We take those things we don't need, those old beliefs that we have that do not work for us anymore. We realize it's not true. So my hope for you, I ask each of you to remember your haven, remember your lighthouse, and remember your community, because when you do, you are on track to just taking over the world. And remember, it's challenging, but all heroes' journeys are challenging. So just keep going towards your destiny. Thank you.
Great job, great job. You know, listen to that, guys. You know, one thing